Wunderbar! Wunderbar! Das ist wunderbar! 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 Das ist wunderbar! Oh la la! Das ist nicht zu fassen! Fußball!
Hello everybody, this is Stuart from Los Angeles. I'm here on my lunchtime trying to talk about Real Madrid and the upcoming game.
And my counterpart, Stuart, I know what I have to do. I have to mute this one. How about now? Or is it double?
Hello.
Hello, Jesus. Wait a second, we're having some audio issues.
I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you as well. Stuart, how are you? But I can't hear Maria.
You can't hear Maria.
So
talk between both of you.
No,
I figure it out.
We hear each other.
We hear each other,
don't
so we
hear
can
him.
talk. We presume that everyone can hear us. What? Hello, Maria. Even though you can't quite respond, or you can respond, but we can't hear you. So how's everything, Stuart? Everything okay?
I'm here lunchtime to talk about tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
Can you
Excellent.
hear me now,
Did you guys mention that Osasuna? Well, hello everybody. Before I continue, did you guys mention that Osasuna is the best away team in the four most important European leagues at the moment? Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Hello.
can.
Hello.
So we can.
Yes. So basically, we're starting. That's right. No,
Keep coming.
I'm in the middle of a family thing. So
Appreciate you. I
but
appreciate
I
you.
yeah,
joining us.
I decided to to stop for a while to talk with you guys, because it's always good to talk to you and see what you were talking about, what was cooking. Is there, so you haven't started? We're starting right now. So shall we say hello?
That is correct. We were waiting for you.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Only Primo and Jesus.
MADSquad.
We hear you, but do you hear me once or twice? Because I hear myself double.
Okay.
Once.
Yeah, I can hear you very well. And just once, which is the right thing. Yeah. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the MADSquad. I didn't expect I would have to be doing the presentation and everything, but yes. So that's Maria, the wonderful, the inimitable Maria Garcia Mellacid from Florida, and we have the amazing, the unique Stuart Wolferson, El Primo, also aka El Primo from Los Angeles, and this is me in Madrid. I'm just back from Malaga, where I interviewed. I had the pleasure of interviewing Arvidas Sabonis. I know this is mainly football we talk about, but of course Arvidas Sabonis is well, quite simply one of the most important basketball players in the history of Europe. I guess we can say that. And
the center in the history of Europe.
Maybe you're right. A guy who basically played for more than half of his career with just one leg, because the other one he always had a knee in a very, very dreadful state, and also the Achilles, el tendón de Achilles, the Achilles, whatever it's called in English,
Ill.
Achilles tendon, yeah. He also broke it twice. So I mean, in terms of the disadvantages that the guy had, and the way that he succeeded in basketball, I mean, if you take all that into account, maybe the greatest player that's ever played in basketball, and in Real Madrid in particular. Maybe with Luka Doncic, Drazen Petrovic, and some other candidates, but an incredible player. And so it's been an honor. I've been there with Chechu Virukov, also former Real Madrid basketball player, and of course,
never forget.
Joe
I will
Llorente.
never forget. I will never forget. I will never forget the victory at the Palau Blaugrana. Remember that when we won La Liga, and I was watching it and I was enjoying.
JC Carroll.
JC Carroll, if he decides to come back from pastures, I think he would be welcomed.
Yes. Nobody knows.
Yes. Nobody knows.
He's very busy milking cows and praying a lot, I imagine, because he's a devout Mormon. And so he's now living the life of a proper Mormon, I think. And it doesn't look like he's in a hurry to come back to the team now. I don't know what's happening with him. But anyway, so tomorrow, as I was trying to say, tomorrow, Osasuna is the best away team in Europe, in the four most important leagues. They have won all their games so far in this season away, all their away games. 4 victories, 4 games, 4 victories. So careful with Osasuna. Let's be careful.
We've always had a hard time, believe it or not. I mean, more in El Sadar than in the Bernabeu.
Yep.
I still hear myself trouble. Diosito, why are you doing this? So yeah,
we can hear you as well.
It's a game that's always been a tough one for Real Madrid. I don't think that the expectation is that we squash them or smash them at all. I think it's gonna be a tough game, maybe a 1-0, 2-1. Because Osasuna is a very strong team, and they're a very physical team.
Yes, which is why I think. What do you guys think about the lineup? I have the feeling that Modric may rest, and maybe Camavinga will play. Very physical player, more physical than Luka Modric, and also a guy that we are all, I guess, eager to see playing. However much we love Lukita, I think we all want to see more of Camavinga. No, I don't know if you guys agree. So that may be one of the things that may change. Otherwise, I have the feeling that Carleto is going to be loyal to the starting 11 that he produced against Shakhtar and Barcelona. I don't know if you guys agree with me.
I think that Sunday's game, even though we seem to have won with the gas being 50%, I think Modric was completely gassed by minute 75 and needs to take a break. I can welcome Camavinga on with Casemiro. And Kroos is going to have to play because Valverde is hurt. He has a knee.
Right.
I think this is a game for Asensio, particularly on the right. Supporting, I think he should come on and give a little bit of fresh air on Kroos. And I think it should be also a game where Militao needs to take a rest and Nacho should play.
Okay, so if I interpret you rightly, it should be Courtois, Carvajal, or Lucas?
I think it will be Lucas, Nacho, Alaba, Mendy, Camavinga, Casemiro, Asensio, and don't touch the front. Vinicius, Benzema, and Rodrigo.
Very offensive.
Because I think we need to stick to we're playing home, and we need to go for the game, and we don't have to wait at home.
Yeah.
My only question to everybody is Courtois going to rest, and Lunin is going to start?
That's a good question. I wouldn't be surprised if Lunin played. I wouldn't be too surprised because Ancelotti was asked about him recently, and he said he may play and he has to play, so he will play at some point. So maybe this is the game. It's not a particularly challenging game, although it'll have some difficulties. But why not? Why not? It's a tricky thing, isn't it? The goalkeeper, because the goalkeepers don't really need to rest, physically
No,
speaking, do
pero
they?
no,
Maybe I'm wrong,
he
but I don't
had
think they
hurt
need
his
to rest.
knee. Do you hear me? You can't hear me. You can't hear me.
We can't hear you, Maria.
I'm at work. I'm at work.
We can't hear you.
No,
Yeah.
I'm playing around. I'm playing around with a different microphone because they telling me that they still hear me with an echo.
Right.
Sound, pero esto qué es? Eso es un complot.
Meanwhile, I think Courtois needs to. It could be that Courtois plays half a game and Lunin plays the other half, just as a preventive measure, and then Carvajal would come in, because remember, Carvajal is very prone, and we need him. He needs to get rolling in the games, and he would come in as a sub, and I would even say, in thinking of the week after, because remember, I hear you.
Yes.
Maybe you need.
We hear you very well, but we don't know about Twitch.
So, all right. So you guys are gonna have to deal with my double Maria.
Okay. Well,
We
well,
love the twins. We love the twins.
we love the twins. One Maria is never enough, anyway. So that's good. Let's see if two suffice.
Yes.
But anyway, so yeah. Well, Lunin may play. I would be slightly surprised if he played. I don't know about Asensio. I think he was absolutely phenomenal in the minutes that he played at the Camp Nou. He was decisive, of course, in the second goal. The way he managed that counter attack was really good. But I don't know to what extent Carleto is eager to give him all the chances. It pretty much looks like Carleto has found his lineup. Yeah, and yeah, so he has to be fairly sure before he makes any changes. Yeah, so
The reason why I'm saying that is, remember, and I think Atos said that, we don't have that much. We play Wednesday late night, and then we play Saturday early in the morning. So when you have a team
that's right.
aging as much as you can, I think what you might want to do is try to start Asensio, Camavinga, and then give Modric and Kroos a little bit of time if you have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let them play so they don't miss that.
But do you think Asensio has the defensive capacity to defend against Osasuna? Because I don't see Asensio defending much. Can you guys hear me now? Please tell me you can.
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, I know you can. When I say you
though.
guys, I'm asking the Twitch community.
I have to leave you for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Leave us
I'll be
for
with you.
5 minutes. How about now, guys? Do you hear me once or twice or nothing at all? Maybe nothing at all. McFly, do you hear me double? Player. Maria sounds perfect. Hostia. Okay, so what I have to do...
So what do you think, when we ask McFly, what does he think?
Of Osasuna or of Asensio? Playing Asensio? So McFly and player 28, Javier, by the way, welcome, because I've been very rude trying to figure out my sound and why the hell it's showing up double.
Where's Javier from?
Would you guys play Asensio, or who would you play in the middle with Casemiro? Give us the rest of the players that you guys would put in the midfield, apart from Casemiro, which I think is a guaranteed to play, or maybe not. I don't know. But to me, Osasuna is a very, very physical team, and I think we need muscle in our midfield.
I do agree. I do agree that we need somebody strong in the middle, and Casemiro is that bastion. He's an amazing guy.
Mira, McFly is saying that he hopes that Casemiro doesn't play. He needs a break really bad. Hi guys, we have a new participant in the chat, Tito_Floren. Hola Presi, how are you doing, Mr. FP? What was I going to say? Okay, so you don't want Casemiro to play, McFly. Who would you want to play in the middle then? Give us your midfield. Let's see what, what you guys think. I'm not too sure with the whole Asensio thing, Primo. Do you really see him defending with muscle? I see Asensio creating, but who's going to help Casemiro or Kroos defend, or Camavinga? I don't know.
Oh, you have a situation. I mean, it could be Kroos for the first half. Then you go Kroos, Casemiro, Camavinga.
Marcos says Asensio, Camavinga, Luka. Pero didn't we say, Marcos, that Modric needs to rest? He was completely out of fuel at the end on Sunday, Tito Floren agrees. Luka and Casemiro needs to rest. Okay, so the question, Tito Floren, since you just joined our stream, and again, thank you very much, is who would you play in the middle? Would you put Camavinga? Would you bring Asensio? Who do we put in the middle? Now that Valverde is injured, unfortunately, and hopefully it will be a short injury. However, knee sprains are complicated and need to heal very well, or else it will reoccur over and over again. Well, they're saying that Luka and Casemiro need to rest. I know. Okay, so we're going to have Kroos, and who else in the middle then? Because Toni Kroos is coming back from una pubalgia, which I don't even know how you say in English. Camavinga, Asensio, Kroos. And then player 28 says Modric, Camavinga, Kroos. Veremos.
Can we do a poll?
We could do a poll. I don't know how to start it. Last Sunday I started a poll, but then I was unable to see how to see the results. So I don't know what to tell you.
Let's not do a poll today.
That's a trick question.
Let's do a poll between everybody. So we have right now one option, which is the option of Camavinga, Casemiro, Kroos. Option B is Camavinga, Casemiro, Asensio. Option 3 is Camavinga, Casemiro, Luquita.
Okay. Bueno, no es que you can type them. Let me go over here. All right. So
I am for the option.
Espera, tell me. Option 1 is what? Take it.
Option 1 is Casemiro, Camavinga, Kroos.
Kroos. Hang on, because I'm typing it. 2 is what?
Asensio.
And
3 is Luquita.
Luquita and who?
Luquita, Camavinga, Casemiro.
No, espérate, que me digas option 2 is Asensio, who and who?
Camavinga, Casemiro.
Camavinga.
Option 3 is...
Espérate, que I can't type that fast. Dios mío, ¿qué te crees tú que es eso?
The only difference is that it's on the third...
3 is Asensio, who else and who?
Camavinga, Casemiro, Camavinga. We all in agreement that this is a perfect game for Camavinga because we're playing home, it's a strong game. You need a little bit of muscle in the middle, and it, you're molding the player and you want to have him.
Oh, Tito Floren has a new option. He says also there's another option, Antonio Blanco. I think he needs to be part of the team. We all think so, but for some reason, Carleto puts up his eyebrow and says, not yet. Oh, 2 and 3 are the same. Hostia, macho, estoy fatal. Okay, so option 2 was Asensio, Casemiro, and Modric.
Now, I will tell you that if it was up to me, Tito Floren, I would do Antonio Blanco, Kroos, Camavinga.
We know that Asensio plays as a winger, pero es que our midfielders need backup now that Valverde has his knee hurt.
That's why if I was Carleto, so Estueto is saying it has to be Antonio Blanco, Cross, Camavinga.
Okay.
That would be
Antonio
my.
Blanco, Torres, Camavinga. I don't dislike that. Why do you guys think, including you, Primo, that Antonio Blanco is not getting as many chances as we all feel he should have?
You know, I don't understand it. That's why I'm asking myself. Could it be that he doesn't have, he feels that he doesn't have the maturity to take over? I think he's a great player. He showed it in the national team during the last game that he came on and he made a complete difference. I love that player. I've said it time again. I have him in all of my fantasy teams because I think he's a great player, and it's kind of taking, and maybe he needs to go outside of the club to come back to the same way Casemiro did, to show that maturity level. Maybe Carleto doesn't.
No, hombre, pero es que we keep doing that. But right now we need to have backups for our startups, right? So we can't be shipping all our youngsters out para que se curtan so that they can gain experience, because then our starters get hurt. And we're playing players out of position, like when Valverde was playing as a winger. ¿Qué carajo es eso? You know? So I know that Real Madrid, and I think, when I don't know, this is my opinion, right? We use Real Madrid Castilla as a way to make money. I cannot remember the last time somebody from Castilla really made it to the first team to stay. Because the last few players have all been sold. Every single one of them. They start as a loan, and then they sell them, right? So I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't think that they're not good enough, because to me, Kraf, or however you pronounce Hakimi, let's go with Hakimi, had a good level, you know, to be able to play in Real Madrid. No lo sé. I don't know what's going on. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that Casemiro was probably the last one, you know, that did before them. I mean, he was really the one that was before. But rather than that, I think they realized that, as Jesus said, Carleto realized that he has the 11 that he wants. And I'm very and obviously Rodrigo displays Asensio from that position, and I think Jovic is taking Mariano's role, and Mariano is completely out. So you know,
Mariano's been out since he came. Realmente, really, he hasn't. But like we were talking yesterday with Jesus, what happened with Ancelotti the last time he was with us is when we had those 22 games, I think it was, without losing. Our players started to get injured. He really was not rotating, right? And then after January, we felt like a coconut falls from a kid. Oh, hang on, Roberto's calling. Give me a second. Let me send him the link. Give me a second. ¿Cómo se llama? Our players were dropping it like flies. You know, James broke his toe, and that was it. You know, we were not able to keep a healthy team. You know?
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. That's why I'm saying that we need to be very cognizant of the fact that we're only in the 11th game of the season.
Yeah, bueno, there he is. We're kind of halfway-ish through the first leg, right? The first, ¿cómo se dice eso? The first tier, the first half of the season.
We're 1/3 of the season.
1/3, right. Por eso, so I think you really have to get some kind of rotation going, because there's going to be a time where there's Liga, Champions, and Copa del Rey, you know, and you really cannot expect players that haven't played in 12, 15 games to go out and perform, which I think is a lot of what happens in La Copa del Rey first few rounds. You bring all these youngsters from Castilla, you throw them in there with the first team, and then you expect them to mega ultra perform. Pero es que if you don't have real game time, playing time with them, it's very hard to, ¿cómo se dice compenetrarse? To link up, you know?
To gel.
To gel on the field. Hello, Roberto. How are you?
Hi, guys. Hi, Stuart.
Here's Mr. Roberto from the Bronx. Where are we going today? Where are we coming back from today?
I was doing laundry. You know,
Oh,
men, men in the United States do those kind of work.
yeah.
So it was
Laundry is never fun. How
it's
about
never fun.
pizza?
When I was no pizza today, I'm cooking. When I was
Oh,
cruising in Dominican Republic, I had two polo pants and two shirts, so I had to wash them every other day and iron them. So
yeah.
you can imagine with the old iron with the coal and
Old
it was
school.
probably the best time of my life because I lived with my grandmother, and my grandmother was the best cook in the world.
Yummy.
So I had a perk.
So I have a question
You're
for
making
you.
me hungry. I haven't even had lunch and it's 4:41.
Let me ask you, Maria, your grandmother, did she have that when she cooked that smell, the Dominican seasoning has? Did she have that? Did she do that she
Of
did it,
course,
huh?
of course. My grandmother, she never in her house, she never allowed any canned products. All her seasoning, everything she would make from scratch. If you brought a can of anything to her house, she would throw it at you. Well, she really would throw it in the garbage. She would say, "En esta casa no se come nada enlatado." And that was that. But let's refocus here. We were talking about who do you think is going to play on the game tomorrow, right? Do you think Benzema is going to rest? Do you think Modric is going to rest? Do you think Casemiro is going to rest? Who would you put in the center field? We gave them three options, okay? Casemiro, Camavinga, Kroos, Asensio, Camavinga, Casemiro, or Asensio, Casemiro, or Asensio, Casemiro, Modric.
I think Asensio will play, and I think Modric won't play because Modric really finished the match, and he was really tired. And then the other thing is that they have a match like in 20 hours, 60 hours after this match on Saturday. So they're gonna finish like late tomorrow, about 9. I mean,
11:30.
Emilio say that. Emilio mentioned that, so that he gets the credit for that.
Yeah, they're only
Well,
going to have a 60 hours worth of rest between Wednesday's game and Saturday's game. But this is the part that I don't understand from the players' union. You're supposed to have 72 hours of rest. So how on earth is it that La Liga and the players' union is approving for us to play 60 hours later? Can anybody explain that to me? Or do we have to call Tebas, whose number I don't have?
You just send him a tweet, he might answer you the same way the other ones answer you.
Nobody answers me. I just get blocked by people on Twitter. Nobody wants to have a conversation.
I think that they don't want to be questioned. That's why, because when you're questioning them, you're questioning their integrity, and they know there is something there. I mean, I'm not saying they are crooks, but I actually already gave up on expecting anything fair going Real Madrid's way in terms of the schedule or the calls going their way in terms of hours, because it's already like 3 or 4 years now that La Liga. We get better treatment in the Champions, but even then, last year they could have called a couple of fouls on Chelsea when we went over there to play, and they didn't call it. So it is.
I'm not asking for anything that we don't deserve, right? But if the rules, if the own Players Association, La Unión de Trabajadores, no, well, de Futbolistas, or whatever the heck the association is called, says that you need at least a minimum of 72 hours break between one game and another, how are we playing in 60? I'm going to tweet that later. Please remind me, because by the time we finish this stream, I'm going to forget.
Yeah, no, I'll tweet you about it. It's just crazy. Did you see? I think Benzema will play, even if, because I mean, you have to win that game. You know what I mean? It's like the kind of game. It's not going to be easy, but I mean, who will you put in? Mariano?
Jovic?
Mariano's not ready.
No, Mariano's not going to play with Carleto Ancelotti. I want you to work on accepting that the only times you're going to see Mariano are in Real Madrid's tweets of him working in the gym, maybe, or on his Instagram account when he poses in his house. I really do not think that you're going to see him on the field. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll start tomorrow, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
He went to El Clásico. He was one of the guys that was over there.
Yeah, because they take everybody, pero de ahí for him to get time to play, I really doubt it. And he went to El Clásico because Jovic didn't, because Jovic was injured. That's why.
Yep. I mean, Jovic, I mean, I like Mariano better than Jovic. There is something about Jovic, it's like, he's like, I mean, he's not like with it, you know what I mean? You don't see that energy when he comes out. I mean, he's like always, I don't know.
To me, Jovic doesn't have blood, you know, like warm blood. Like.
Yeah.
So let me see here. I have la convocatoria. How do you say convocatoria? The call-up list. It's Courtois, Lunin, Tony Fuidias. Then we have Carvajal, Militao, Álava, Vallejo, Nacho, Marcelo, Mendy. In the middle, we got Kroos, Modric, Casemiro, Lucas Vázquez, Camavinga, and Blanco. And up top con falso 9, Hazard, Benzema, Asensio, Jovic, Vini Jr., Rodrigo, and Mariano. We took everybody. Everybody who's healthy, he took, in essence.
So I think Modric will rest.
Mira, Tito Florence says, Jovic is a pecho frío, and then he put a laughing emoji. Ha, 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 ha. Jovic es eso. You feel like he's from Iceland or something. You know, I don't understand. Because then he was scoring goals in was it Frankfurt that he was in?
Yeah, but there's no pressure. There's no pressure when you come to play to Madrid. You know, it's like a singer that goes before a big stage. Like, you know, if you're singing in La Scala, you know, when you go to sing in La Scala, you know, if you're not good for the first minute, you start singing, they're gonna throw stuff at you. So it's the same thing with Madrid. When you go to play for Madrid, you know, the results have to be instantaneous. And that's been the case with just about Adebayor came there. He wasn't that big. I mean, all those players that come in last. I mean.
Yeah, but did Jovic really have an opportunity when he first got here? He really wasn't getting much playing time. And then after that, with the pandemic, he was not making the best decisions. You know, he broke the rules of confinement. Then he came back and he broke his foot because he was doing something he wasn't supposed to. Mark Fly says Jovic is an enigma. Yes, he surely is. And then the thing is that, like I've always said, from our players, when I see you go on the field, whether you're un canterano, whether you're a seasoned player, or whether you're a new signing, I want to see you eat that grass. I want you to run towards balls and sprint that you know you're not even going to get. But I want you to show me that you want this, you know, to show me hunger. I don't see that from Jovic at all. Player 28 says Osasuna is in a winning streak. Yes, they've won every single away game. 3 victories, 1 draw. We must play our best players. So who are our best players?
Whoa! How about Cádiz? Cádiz is beating Villarreal 3-1. It didn't last that long for them.
Of course not, because Villarreal always has their game of a lifetime against Real Madrid, the same way as Valencia does the same crap. They play us, and that's their Champions League, and then they discombobulate when they play other teams. Mark Fly, you see, he's saying Osasuna will be in the world-class mode tomorrow. Everyone knows that. That is correct, Mark Fly. That is absolutely correct.
Espanyol is level with Athletic Club. So let's see who else.
With Raúl de Tomás, an ex-canterano who's leading the charge. That's something that all of us always question, you know.
Sociedad has. I don't think Celta Vigo is going to beat Sociedad. That's going to be Sociedad, Levante, Madrid, Atlético. So we're playing tomorrow at 3:30.
Yes, we are.
8 a.m. New York time. Real Madrid is playing Elche. I mean, that's asinine. I mean, after you play like Champions League match, I mean, the Clásico, there's like 3 games in like 7 days.
No, and the thing is that the 8 a.m. matches, this is the same way as the 6 a.m. matches are for the Asian market, right? Are there any Asians who play in Elche?
I don't know, but I mean I think that has to do with the games are being streamed now on ESPN Plus.
Pero que I don't care about that. They're the ones who put the times, right? So if you're opening up a market,
by La Liga. Times are put on by La Liga.
Vale, pero that's what I'm saying. La Liga is trying to capitalize on the Asian market because that's where the moolah is, right? The money.
Well,
Show me the money.
Well, I believe that they are trying to capitalize on everything. So the first half of the year is mainly on the Asian market, and the second half of the year it's always focused on the U.S. market and the Americas all around. But I have another question for you: is that who would you start, Lucas Vázquez or Carvajal?
Lucas is playing. Lucas Vázquez is playing because he's fit. Carvajal will just come in for maybe the last 10 minutes. You know what I mean? They probably don't want to rush them.
I agree with Roberto. I prefer Lucas to play and bring Carvajal in later. Let's ease him back into the show. Because like I've said in the past, I trust Carvajal's muscles as much as I trust referees in La Liga, which is not very much.
But here is another thing that I think is happening with the games with being that early, 8 a.m. There is college football in the afternoons here in Saturdays. Right? It's a lot of college matches on Saturday afternoon. Plus, you may have some professional football and other sports that ESPN cover, including I think I'm not sure, the World Series match game will be at night. But
if you're showing it just on streaming, ¿qué importa? They have yet to show Real Madrid on Open in the regular ESPN channel. It's always on ESPN Plus.
They're not going to do it, but they also don't want it to be in conflict with some big college matches.
How the hell is a Real Madrid Elche going to be in conflict with a college football game? Most college football fans do not follow soccer.
Yeah, but they have a worldwide audience, and they're trying to. They don't want to put in conflict where everyone who follows Real Madrid internationally in the U.S. they'll go over and watch the match and forget about the college game. So that's what they do. That's the reason why the World Series is instead of being like about 4 or 5 p.m. so the kids can watch it, they go in and put the games 8 p.m. So when everything is over. So now the World Series has an audience all by itself.
Well, my theory is that we're going to play at 8 a.m. because Tebas knows that the game on Wednesday is going to be a very physical one, and he wants our legs to be tired. There, I said it. He's done it on purpose. Or else we would be playing later in the day. We could play at 3 p.m., which is 9 p.m. in Spain. It's a Saturday, right? We can't play Sunday because we could play Sunday because Champions League is on Wednesday. So they could have perfectly fine put us at 3 p.m., which is 9 p.m. on Sunday, and then give us the Champions League on Wednesday. But no, of course not. Why? That would be too logical. Too logical.
Yeah, but it's the college games that are doing it.
Have you seen Barcelona play at 8 a.m. this year? Have they played at 8 a.m.? Atletico has, but I haven't seen Barcelona play at 8 a.m.
Let's see.
No, I don't think so.
Saturday?
I really don't think so. I'm pretty sure.
I think they played one match.
Barcelona a las 8. I don't know. Well, anyhow, my point is that I agree with Tito Floren that we have to have. Say again?
Saturday you have Michigan is playing. This is really a huge game. Michigan is playing Michigan State at 12 p.m. on Saturday. That's gonna be on ESPN. So ESPN doesn't want a soccer match. And then at 12 they also have Iowa with Wisconsin.
Which is fine, but you know what? So then put the Real Madrid game at 3 p.m., right? And have the people who are watching the college game funnel into the Real Madrid game.
At 3:30 p.m. they have Oklahoma playing Texas Tech. And at 3:30 they have number one Georgia playing Florida. And that game is so big that people are already parked outside the stadium in Florida. Like they've been there for 3 days already.
Wow.
So that's why
Yeah,
that's why we do it. That's why we have the game at 8:30 because they want all of that out of the way so that ESPN 1, ESPN 2, ESPN 3, all those will be carrying football all day from 12 p.m. until about 6 or 7 p.m.
Look,
There will
McFly
be nothing
says,
but football.
I've wondered if Barca is going to complain that they played 2 hours earlier than Madrid. Ha 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 ha. And then McFly says, oh shoot, they won't complain because Saturday Madrid is playing 7 hours earlier than Barcelona. Exactly. 7 hours rest is a big, huge difference between.
Saturday you have all the big guns playing all the way until 8 p.m. Let me see. I don't see. Saturday, my Pittsburgh is playing. I don't see Alabama. Saturday, let's see. That's the other big match.
Yeah,
Alabama.
but I think the strategy of ESPN is a strategy of the streaming side of the business.
Right.
Because above all, because they need content for their site, so it's a direct to consumer, and I don't think they are considering. They're thinking that the game against Elche is a game that's not going to be highly watched, but they need to fill up the space. And there's other things that take into consideration, but what I'm more concerned about is how we can dosify the entire team, because we have two games that are both critical, and when we play these kind of teams is when we usually don't do very well, and I'm alarmed in the sense that we need to be up to these games, because it could be the difference between a championship and not winning.
Yep. Yeah, of course.
And Madrid doesn't play that well early in the game. Early in the day. If you look at the record in the last, because I asked these guys, there's a guy that he is a stats guy, Hechicero Pro. He's on Twitter.
Yep.
So he put on all the games that Real Madrid lost. They lost 2 and level 3 at that hour 3 or earlier. They don't play very well in the day. I don't know for some reason, but I remember we went to play over in Espanyol. Oh no, it wasn't. They down now in the second division. Maxi Gomez was playing for them like 3 years ago. It's from Catalan. They're Catalans. That team from Catalonia? What's the name? It's not Espanyol. It's not Barcelona. It's the other one.
L'Hospitalet?
No. They just went down last year.
Girona.
So they went to Girona. It was like I was falling asleep watching the match, and all of a sudden Maxi Gomez scored like 2 goals, and we lost that match too early in the day.
And they used to have what's his name, Pedro Porro, right? Yeah. That's doesn't Piqué own part of that team, Girona?
No, the Girona is owned by a guy from Miami, the owner of
who?
Claure.
Oh, Marcelo Claure. No, he sold his share of Inter Miami. Yeah.
Well, but he's the owner of Girona. Marcelo Claure is the owner of Girona.
So what's the name? Oh no, Piqué owns Andorra. No, is it?
Exactly.
Piqué owns the team, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Piqué's involved. He also has a tennis. The tennis.
Piqué, as much as I despise him as a player, he's a great businessman. Him and his wife are great businessmen and businesswomen. They have their tentacles in many different things. Oh, I'm saying, and they also own an esports team. They'll have no problem paying their bills once he retires from football. Absolutely none. And that's the way it should be, right? I mean, I know you need money to make money, right? But it's important to be diversified, so that if something goes bad, you still have a backup. Mr. Tony James, hello guys. I am late. Sad emoji. Don't be sad. We started about 15 minutes late because nobody could hear us. But here we are. ¿Qué más iba a decir? Let's ask our viewers the question that Jesus had. Would you rest Courtois tomorrow and give Lunin a chance, or would you wait till La Copa del Rey to give Lunin his chance?
If Courtois is fit, he's playing.
No, I'm asking what you would do. If you were Carleto, Robertino, Ancelotino, what would you do?
You have to play Courtois because, you know, Courtois could be, I mean, Lunin is good, but Courtois is sharp. And, you know, one save could be the difference between we winning 1-0 or losing 2-1. So, you
We
know,
have a new follower. ¿Qué dice aquí? Jal19. Welcome and thank you for following us. McFly says we need to give Lunin la Copa del Rey.
Where is he from?
That he wouldn't risk tomorrow's game. So which La Liga games would you risk? I agree. I would not give Lunin Osasuna. I really would not. Maybe Elche. Maybe.
Well, what happened? So you can let what happened last year happen this year. Fall behind by, you know, like 10 points, like we did to Atletico last year, because then you're rowing against the current. So my theory is that by January or February, when, you know, these guys have played like 23 matches, they don't have the depth. Like Real Sociedad has, you know, they have 11 players, plus maybe two or three more that they can count on going forward. But with all the matches they have to play between now and February,
right,
they're going to be worn out. So that's why they will always fall off to 4th or 5th or 5th place.
Look at what Tony James says. If he's not 100%, we should rest him, particularly if there's risks with that knee. According to Arantxa Rodriguez yesterday, Courtois doesn't have anything wrong with the knee. However, do we trust Sanitas and their medical reports and their exploratory testing? Because I, Maria Garcia Mediafid, do not. They have misdiagnosed our players more than once.
Yeah, but he's playing. If he's fit, they wouldn't risk it. You know what I mean? With a knee like that, he's playing tomorrow, because they have to keep pace. I mean, they don't have to be in first place. But my theory is that, you know, like the La Liga is have to be in first place. But my theory is that, you know, like the La Liga is a horse race, and we got the most horses. You know what I mean? We got Isco back there. You have Bale coming back in January after he's done with playing for Wales in the elimination phase. So he'll be ready to help us out in January. But all those teams like Real Sociedad, that's about it. Atletico de Madrid will be there at the end. I'm not sure that Barcelona can come up for 4th place. You know what I mean?
But remember, they have one less game, eh? Barcelona has to play against Sevilla. No, it is against Sevilla, but you know, yeah, so do we.
Sevilla, again, it's the same thing.
Oh, hang on a second. There's a breaking news thanks to our moderator / tech guy / reporter. McFly in Barcelona, ouch. Haaland is out for the rest of the year. What happened with Haaland?
Haaland has a muscle. He has a problem that is really serious. There is a muscle that goes between the hip and the leg. And he had an injury before and he was out. And now, you know, that like to walk, anytime you have those kind of muscle problems, those are like really, really hard to heal, because, you know, it could be...
It has a hip flexor. Hip flexor in
Pero where did you see that, McFly? Because I'm looking here. No.
Hip flexor. It's been reported that it's a hip flexor.
He had an injury before, and it seems to be like the way he walks and the way he runs causes the injury. So he's gonna have to like relearn, or they may have to find a prosthetic, put it on his feet to, you know, to change which could also then hurt his back. I mean, that's a complex thing. Ravioli just lost about $150 million.
Pero where did they report this injury that he's out for the season? Because the first...
in English.
They
have to look.
Yeah. They have last year.
Pero why wouldn't it be in the Marca in Spanish? When did they report it? Yesterday?
Yeah, last night. I saw it last night. He has that thing. It's like a long muscle, and that thing is very painful. So
thank you, Primo.
I mean, I'm sorry for him, because, you know, I think I would have signed him before Mbappe. I mean, that guy is really, I mean, he's a monster. But if he's going to have an injury like that, we don't want another Hazard now.
No, let him get better. I got it. Stuart sent me the report. Tony James says that he does not trust Sanitas either. I'm not sure if it was Sanitas or the physios, but so many injuries last year must have been a reason. McFly says that the Haaland thing is not official yet, that he saw it also in El Diario Sport. It's in the Marca in English. I have no idea how to put the link on the chat, so I can't help you there. So we'll see. It says that he's going to be sidelined until early January 2022. Confirmed in Marca. Yes. Thank you, Tony James. Thank you very much. So, he needs to rest.
So do we have a lineup by the Mad Squatters on the virtual world? What have we decided the lineup should be tomorrow?
No, but for our viewers, please type in your lineup. Before we say which one is ours, what is your lineup? Let's put it there. Let's see what you guys have.
They announced the squad already?
No, they only announced the roster of those that were called to travel with the team. Courtois, Lunin, Fuidias, Carvajal, Militao, Álava, Vallejo, Nacho, Marcelo, Mendy, Kroos, Modric, Casemiro, Lucas Vázquez, Camavinga, Blanco, Hazard, Benzema, Asensio, Jovic, Vini Jr., Rodrigo, and Mariano. Yeah. So from those 9 gazillion players, I think it's 23. Which 11 would you have? Or would you start with?
That's it.
I personally think up top he's going to play with the same ones. I think he's going to do Benzema, Rodrigo, and Vini. The middle is to be determined. A ver, McFly, hang on, need to pull up the convocatoria. My memory is really bad at this hour. But I just told you what the convocatoria is, man.
I would say Modric sits tomorrow and Asensio plays.
So okay, Asensio, so okay.
Asensio, Kroos, and Casemiro with Álava, Militao, Mendy, and Luquita.
Okay, so we have the first one coming up from our viewers. Tito Floren, he says Courtois, Mendy, Álava, Militao. I agree with those 4. Vázquez, Camavinga, Kroos, Asensio. Vini, Rodrigo, Benzema. 4-4-3.
I don't know if Camavinga starts. I'll say Asensio. Because Asensio is not happy that he's not playing.
Yeah, no, pero Tito Floren has Asensio in there.
Camavinga on the Lucas Vázquez is playing tomorrow.
Tito Floren put Vázquez, Camavinga, Kroos, and Asensio.
Mendy is playing. It's a physical match. Mendy is playing tomorrow.
No, but he has to play out back. Yeah, player 28, Javier says the same lineup as last Sunday is what he would start with. How about you, Primo?
Modric is not playing tomorrow.
Let's see. Let's see who does the press conference. Go ahead.
Courtois, Mendy, Álava, Nacho, Lucas Vázquez, Camavinga, Casemiro, Asensio, Rodrigo, Benzema, Vinicius Jr.
What about you're not playing Militao tomorrow?
No.
So you're putting Carvajal in?
No, Nacho.
No, Nacho. No, es que no lo oigo bien. Okay, I didn't hear him right. All right, we shall see. And as we wrap up, okay, what is your score prediction for tomorrow? Starting with Roberto.
I would say is we gotta win 2-1 tomorrow again.
2-1, Stuart.
Yeah.
3-0.
3-0. I say 2-0. Our viewers, what is your score prediction for tomorrow? Whoever wins. If you guys have a Telegram, okay, we will send you a full game from Real Madrid, thanks to la Federación de Peñas de Madrid, del Real Madrid. And let's see. Pero you got to type it inside the chat so it gets saved. So McFly has Courtois, Carvajal, Álava, Nacho, Marcelo, really? Marcelo, Lucas Vázquez, Camavinga, Blanco, Hazard, Benzema, Asensio. Not a bad starting 11, but I really do not see Marcelo starting against Osasuna. And unfortunately, like we said before, I do not see Blanco playing. Unfortunately. So now shift of gears. Give me your score.
Blanco might come in like for 10 minutes. I like Blanco. Blanco is a good, he's very calm under pressure. He's not, he doesn't get, when he's playing, he plays very calm and he doesn't, I think actually he might relieve Casemiro tomorrow because, Casemiro is losing a lot of things, a lot of balls in the middle, and Blanco doesn't. Blanco is not, he doesn't get he doesn't get pressure like that. And whenever I see him play, he holds, he's good on defense. He's very, level-headed, you know what I mean? Calm under pressure.
Right. McFly says that Marcelo's going to start sooner or later, hopefully later. I would give Marcelo, and it pains me to say this, it really does, because I really like Marcelo. La Copa del Rey, first few rounds, is what I would give Marcelo right now. I think that's what he has left inside of him, is that.
That should be. Remember in 2014 when they had two teams, one for the Copa del Rey that
right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
With Morata and James, yep. And they almost came close. They won the Copa del Rey that year because they had two squads.
So Tony James, hang on. Tony James says 3-1. We need more results here, my people. Is there a Telegram group? No, there isn't one. But I think we could have Robert create one. He seems to be the Telegram master. I don't use Telegram much other than to watch games that he sends me. But yes, I'd like to see, Tony James says, I'd like to see Camavinga, Blanco, and Modric in the midfield. I would like so too. I really would like that too. But I agree, Modric needs to rest. He was very, very tired by the end of the game on Sunday.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Madrid starts a little bit and then he takes off in the second half.
Yes, McFly, I'm sorry. What I said about Telegram is whoever wins, right, or gets the score prediction right, we are going to send you can pick one game starting in 1966 for Real Madrid, and we will send it to you without commercial breaks, without nothing. Via Telegram, because that's somehow where Roberto has them stored. And Roberto is the president or the head of la Federación de Peñas del Madrid, en Madrid or something like that, right? In Madrid, exactly. So McFly says 3-2. All right, we'll see. So there are all the predictions. We're going to love you but leave you. It's already almost 5:15. I have to get going myself. Primo, I know you're in the middle of your workday, and Robertinho has to go fold clothes that he already washed. Now he has to put them all away, right?
I will not disclose that. I mean, but I am a man. I don't do what women do. Fold
Ay, Dios mío. I'm gonna. Okay, so we're going to love you but leave you.
I'm pretty bad when it comes to folding them up, so I hang them.
You hang them? Okay, so go hang your clothes. All right, so... Ay, espérate, esto se me está cambiando. Why is this doing whatever it wants to do? No, here we go. Sorry. Esto hace lo que le da la gana.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Word.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow before the game, okay? Good night, and a la Madrid.
Good night. Adios.
Wunderbar! Wunderbar! Das ist wunderbar! Wunderbar!